Happy Tuesday. I'm really excited this week because I'm going to show you how to take a plain hardbound book and turn it into a really fun display piece for your home. And this is one of my very favorite projects. Let me show you some samples that we have. The first one that we made is 4th of July, which is very timely, and you could easily make this. I'm going to show you how, just by picking out some of your favorite 4th of July papers and die cuts. I also want to show you this little Easter book that we made. We have another one here for graduation, which was just happening, and you can see how we've added lots of layers and lots of little fun pieces in here. And then we have one for travel. A lot of these come in and out, like you can see, if you want to add different photos or move them around. And you can see how the book it stands up. This particular one we happen to have a kit for. So if you wanted to make this, all you would need is a book and then the kit. This one we actually designed for a guest book for a party that was music themed. The idea was guests would come in, fill this out, and they would just stick it in the book. Look at these great photos. These happen to be Melanie's daughter's engagement photos. And you could just stick all of those in here and maybe a few hearts, and you'd have a nice little display. After you find your hardbound book, we have to fold all the pages so they're going to fan out like this. Just start folding from one end. Now I'll show you a little trick. I usually take about 4 pages and I fold them. We're just folding them right in half, and I fold them all at once. And then I just take them apart, and then I would just take another 4 and fold those. Then sometimes I start working on the back and I do the same exact thing, but I'm folding to the back instead of the front. I'm not doing a video of this. This is kind of the relaxing part where you just kind of sit in front of the TV and just not worry about things. And you can see what I've got done so far. And if I keep folding, this is what I'm going to have. What we want to do first is figure out the paper we want to put right here on the front and the back of our book cover. I'm making a summer book to put some swimming pictures and beach pictures and just summer fun in. The book is different, so I can't give you the exact measurements that you're always going to use. So I measure my book across here, and it's 9 1/4 inches. And then I want my paper to go underneath these pages, so I'm going to make it 4 inches. So I've got adhesive on the back of my paper here, and I'm just going to line it up. You could always ink this if you wanted to, if you want to have kind of a vintage look. And there I've got kind of the base for my display book. I like to have a little front displays, as you saw in the samples. So I cut out these little waves with our AccuCut. If I glued it flat to the pages, it would be at a bit of an angle. So I'm going to put 1 layer of foam squares along the bottom. You know you can stack your squares. So I'm putting a double row right above those. So I have my foam squares on the back, and I'm just going to stick that right to the fronts of the pages. I'm also going to put a sun on the front right there. Love, love, love these cut apart papers. And I could use either one of these, but I went ahead and I've taken this piece of paper and I've got it all cut apart. I have my little cut apart pieces, and I would just stick them in where I like them. And I don't usually glue them until I know exactly where they're going to be, just because sometimes I like to change my mind. I also have some extra little die cut suns that I thought would be fun to pop in. Even stick one to the top here. I want to give you a little trick. If you have something like this, if I stick this in, I kind of lose it. It's all gone. So what you can do is take some extra little pieces of paper and put a little extension on the bottom. My little extension on, and then when I stick it into my book, my paper that I want to show still shows. What you'll find is when you put something in the front of your pages, it's going to go forward like this so you can't see it. So it's a good idea to crease it. And then when you stick it in these front pages, you can still see your item. And I've got some clouds here that we might add behind our suns. We don't want to have too many clouds on our sunny project. Some things that I want to glue in and keep them in the same place all the time. I might keep the photos loose, but a little tip for gluing things in is to get the fine line glue container with the Scotch tacky glue, because it's got a long tip on it like this. So and get my glue in there where I want it. I just squeeze the pages to my item so that it sticks, and this dries fast and it sticks really well. All we need to do is add photos. Folding this extension that I put on here just a little bit because I want my picture to kind of stick upright more. Another picture here of a wave runner, and I'm just gonna stick that in right here, and I have room for several other photos. Isn't that just a fun thing that you could have at your house? Maybe you could do one for grandkids and stick your grandkids' pictures in. You could do one for a sport. There's just all kinds of themes. So stop in and check these out, and hopefully you'll love them as much as I do and have a great Tuesday.